Okay, let's go back for another check-in in Tampa, Florida at the Republican National Convention. Michael Shure is with us, political correspondent for the Young Turks on Current TV. Michael, as a liberal, what's it like to be there?
You know, I think, David, that you have to put liberal aside a little bit to kind of immerse yourself here. I think when you
Wow.
are a liberal, I mean, I don't mean that you put aside what you believe at all. I just sort of think you have to be do everything you can just to try and immerse yourself here and not get angry every time you hear somebody open their mouths or every time you hear somebody speak. And so that's what I mean. I think you just have to find kind of a happy place, as it were, and enjoy yourself and take it all in. And, you know, and let your jaw drop once in a while, which it does constantly when you're in a place like this, especially when you believe what I believe about politics.
Yeah, who have you been bumping into? Any interesting conversations?
Yeah, you know, I had an interesting conversation. I spoke to Ari Fleischer for a little while on the floor. I saw Karl Rove, didn't really speak to him very much, but someone I was with had an interesting exchange with him. I spoke to Michele Bachmann. I oversaw a quick interview in a hallway with Michele Bachmann where, I mean, this is the kind of thing where, like, if you just are a liberal all the time, you want to walk up and punch some of these people in the face, even if you're a liberal. You know, it's hard to imagine liberals punching people. It's like Woody Allen saying that he was beaten up by Quakers as a kid. When you see Michele Bachmann saying, you know, this is an election about whether or not you want $8 gas or $2 gas, you know, what do you say to that? I mean, you look at it and you shake your head and you're, what? But afterwards, what I did is instead I had them take a picture of Michele Bachmann and me. So I had this picture that I took with Michele Bachmann. She didn't know who I was, and I shook her hand and said hello, and that was that. I've seen John Sununu here, Artur Davis. I've spoken to political commentators like David Gergen a little bit yesterday. I spoke to Clarence Page this morning. I mean, you're bumping into people constantly here, and there are elected officials and then Republican yahoos everywhere.
What's your sense of, for example, the non-conservative, non-Republican constituency there? I mean, is it mostly just journalists, or is it also, are there people who are just not really in line with the Republican Party that are hanging around?
Yeah, you know, there are, and they're coming from different fringes. I spoke to somebody yesterday from the Tea Party by accident who was there.
It could only be an accident.
It could only be an accident, but you know, they said to me, you know, of course we're going to vote for Romney. You know, we were never not going to. We just want to make our statement clear, and I think that's one of the great sort of takeaways from these events is all the talk leading through the primaries. Are the conservatives going to come out? Will they vote for somebody like Mitt Romney? You know, they're not motivated by their candidate. They're motivated by the opponent. And the sort of the unifying factor here is they don't like President Obama and they don't want him to be president anymore. So when you see that, you see those outliers, even the sort of what we grew up on thinking are mainstream Republicans, the George H.W. Bush type of Republican that are here and are represented at this convention. You know, they still want Mitt Romney to win. In many ways, he's their type of candidate, even though their party has gone away from them.
Very quickly, talk a little bit about the importance that you're feeling about Ann Romney's speech there.
Yeah, David, that's a big part of what's happening here. Even in the lead up to the convention, talking about making it shorter or longer, extending to Friday, reducing to one day. The main thing they wanted to make sure that got primetime play was Ann Romney. It's why they moved her in the first place, because the network said they weren't going to cover her Monday night. Monday got canceled. They moved her to Tuesday. They were then thinking of moving into Thursday. She's on Tuesday night. The reason she is so important is because they want her to soften Mitt Romney, to make Mitt Romney appealing to women. There's a huge gap, even in the state of Florida here. Obama's up 4 points, but the margin between women in Florida is so big. They feel like they can make up ground among women voters.
All right, so tonight we're going to be watching Ann Romney. We're going to be watching Chris Christie, who I think won't be on until after 10 p.m. We'll be instant fact-checking those speeches. And then hopefully tomorrow we can check in with you again. And hopefully there's more activity in the next 24 hours than there's been so far.
Yeah, I would say it's inevitable that there will be. Even if just slightly more than nothing happens today, it'll be more activity than we've had so far. So I wouldn't worry about that. And I love being on the ground here reporting back to you guys. If I find any good nuggets, too, I'll let you know during the day.
All right, Michael Shure, political correspondent for the Young Turks on Current TV. We'll take a break. We'll be back with plenty more after this. Stay tuned.